Yo, so we're out here in Abu Dhabi. This is the international chat. There's a little conversation before all the action takes place this Saturday. I'm with none other than Josh Hill, Justin Hill, and Dean Wilson. And right now I gotta ask, how you guys feeling? First impressions out here in Abu Dhabi.
It's hot.
It's hot, right?
Not in here. It's nice in here. They did a good job.
Yeah, it's humid. That's all I've really got for you right now.
Yeah.
Looks good. I thought it might be sand supercross, but
Yeah.
dirt looks pretty good.
Because that's what I heard. I heard the dirt was like super sandy and everything, but like when you put water on it, it's able to like kind of hold together a little bit.
They did something to it, some scientific stuff. I don't know what they did. We're gonna figure it out. Yeah, ask somebody.
Yeah,
Solid. So coming into Abu Dhabi, has anyone been here before?
never.
Okay. What are your thoughts on like the surrounding environment and everything?
It's wild.
Yeah, it's different. It's a lot different. I don't know. I've never seen anything like it here.
Yeah.
So pretty cool to check out. I got to check out the F1 track, and I haven't checked out Ferrari World, but it's a lot different than anywhere I've ever been. So it's pretty cool.
How do you mean?
I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like we're in the middle of a
wild,
desert,
like,
and then
yeah.
there's just like gnarly buildings, and then like when we pulled up last night, Ferrari World like was just a pink palace.
Yeah.
So like it was. I don't know. It's trippy, but it's pretty cool. It's cool. Like the F1 track, like we're in the middle of the desert, but then there's like yachts and stuff, and pretty cool.
And then I've seen with you two, we got some electric bike action going on. What are you guys' thoughts on electric kind of making its way into the moto world?
I don't know if it is. I don't know if anybody's gonna let them race it, but
Yeah.
it'd be cool if they did. I feel like this series would be a good place, like proving ground for them. Because I mean, at this point, I don't think that there's really any advantage in the bike.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be some areas where there are, like the start. I think they're good, but
Right.
they're not like truly more powerful than a 450. You know.
Yeah.
And like a 450, you can use them really well to your advantage.
Right.
So I mean, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to see if they did.
For sure.
I rode in the parking lot. That was fast.
Yeah. Because I heard right now there's conversation. There's talk about like trying to open the door for them to be able to integrate. You think 450s, of course, is what you would put them up against?
Well, I mean, you can do anything you want. Like if you wanted to make them slower, like you could put a horsepower limit on them and they could ride in the 250 class.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's some series that have allowed that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say 450 class and just let them run full power.
Yeah.
You know?
You guys agree?
I don't know much about them. I'll be honest. This is Josh's big topic here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because I heard the FIM, they're trying to figure out like a way to gauge like the horsepower on the bike. I think that's the only hurdle on actually making something like that happen, is the FIM's kind of like, how do we know that you're actually at the proper horsepower and proper torque being delivered on the bike? How do we, sort that out?
Like measure that,
It's a
right?
tricky way.
Yeah, it makes sense. Because I did see a couple videos. Those things were getting some nasty hole shots. I was pretty interested for a minute. I haven't seen a hole shot in a while, so.
It's like an old school cheater bike.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I don't know. It's different. I love the noise of dirt bikes. I think it's cool. Like you walk in and it's just da da da. I think it's pretty cool. But I think it's so cool the places you could go and take that electric bike. You could have some cool tracks like backyard tracks that and not cause too much of a ruckus, which I think
the
is
neighbors.
cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, some backyard stuff. Like you can ride your bicycle, but you can just be pounding motos. Like, that'd be pretty
That'd
cool.
be so
It'd
cool.
all right.
Yeah. And then would you be opposed to like racing against an electric bike?
Depends how much if they're beating us or not, then I'll file my protest. But I don't know. I honestly don't know a whole lot about them, honestly.
Yeah.
I've watched and I heard that they're pretty good, but in hard pack, because they're so kind of a little bit off and on, it's a little harder in really hard pack conditions.
Right.
But
Yeah, you got to think like if you're in sand or something, you've got a motor that's got a bunch of rotating mass. It's pushing pistons, pushing flywheels, pushing the transmission. It's got weight going. And
Yeah.
when you got just a battery, the softer the soil, the more drag, the less like the power shines. But
Right.
you put it on like a hard pack. Like if we went out in the parking lot on concrete and we just went and drag raced,
Yeah.
if I was on a Stark, I'd smoke any 450.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but we're dirt biking, and
That's
it's
where
different.
my experience comes from, like that parking lot stuff.
Yeah, but it's there's variables.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the battery life though, like there's a certain limit. Like if you want to make the battery real heavy to last longer, like so if we're talking about a 20-minute moto, then it might be a little bit more competitive. Like it might take away some of that advantage a little bit. So you have to turn that thing down to make it last over that period of time. That's at least my experience, like with the Altas and the other ones that I've rode.
Right.
That that Alta was really more like a 125.
Right.
I think power-wise.
Better.
But then but I didn't ride the more latest one. But if this new bike that he's been riding is as fast as it is, like at the top for 20 minutes, like watch out. But I don't think it can last that long, right? Like just depends on what, like he's saying, what kind of surface. If you're just on the street, you're ripping full tilt. The thing's fast, super fast.
Right.
But,
it's close.
And then kind of like before transitioning out of like the electric talk, the final thing I want to tackle with electric is, do we fight for it? Like, do we fight to kind of see like how it sizes up against the 450s?
It's not up to me. If you can do it.
If it were up to you.
Yeah, if it was up to me, let them race the 450 class. I think like the 450 class should just be open. Anything you want to like, they should allow factory bikes. If you want to make it a 500, make it a 500. It's not like it's really going to benefit you to have some crazy horsepower bike in Supercross. Like, there's only a certain amount of power you could use. So I think it'd be sick if the 450 class was just an open class to make whatever you wanted. But again, that's not up to me. And I would love to have an electric bike, it'd be like chasing Dino around and he wouldn't hear me coming.
Can you imagine the cleanup?
His head would be on a swivel over every
like
triple.
Jay Wilson and Kennard. That's funny.
Sure. And then Josh, the first race I went to, it was, I was probably, I think, 10, 11. I was at Arlington at AT&T Stadium. You came out and there was like a DJ on your intro and everything. But I kid you not,
110 one is good.
Bro,
I remember
it was such like an impression on me because like you have all these riders coming out and you had like some hip hop song and like a DJ scratching and everything. And I think you came out wearing a jersey, but it stood out to me. And then of course, watching like your career as it's advanced, you've done a lot of things that's like kind of unorthodox to the sport. Even being a racer, trying to throw a backflip, right? And doing all of these like crazy free riding and stuff. What is it about the sport or about yourself as to why you feel like there's this pool of eyes where a lot of people are always watching you on and off the track on your different endeavors, bro?
I don't know. I think I just enjoy riding a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe more than some people.
Yeah.
And so I think maybe that love for two wheels, maybe people can see that. I don't know. That's about it, really. I don't think I really do anything too different. I like to free ride. I like to race. I like to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And getting older now, so focusing strictly on racing the entire year is less interesting to me. So getting out and doing all the things and kind of just seeing all my dreams through on two wheels while I still can is, it's cool.
Yeah.
Opens up opportunities to come here, do a bunch of different stuff.
For sure.
Ride it.
And then the cop life, bro.
Yeah.
What was that like? What is that like?
It's way different than this. That's for sure. No, I learned a ton just about life in general. Doing the job that has benefited me from then on, so no, I enjoyed it. It's just getting to work with a whole different kind of people too. That's really interesting and neat for me anyway. At the time I needed a break from the sport the way that it was.
Right.
And now after that's all passed and I'm a father and it's just like it's such a different way to do it now.
Right.
It's like I really enjoy the way that I get to do it now. It's like I really get to do it.
Yeah.
Like before I never saw it that way.
What do you mean? You like now you really
now
get
I really
to do
get
it?
to do it. Like, I do because it's just cool. Everything that comes up is just a neat opportunity for me, and that's like I never saw it that way before as a young guy. Like it was doing it since you're so young and just your whole life, and you have these certain goals, and it's like you just kind of take it for granted. At least I did, and I feel looking back on that, I'm like, how did I take that so for granted?
Yeah.
But getting out of it really helped me see it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty neat.
And that younger version of yourself, like in order to motivate you, like if you got to have a conversation with yourself as a child, if he was standing right in front of you, using your imagination, like what do you think that child would say to you to motivate you to keep pushing forward?
What would I say to my younger self?
No, what would your younger self say to you just to
my younger
motivate
self
you?
didn't know nothing, bro.
Seriously.
No, I mean, I definitely have done more growing up from, early 20s to late 20s than ever before. So it's hard to say. I mean, we change a lot over the years, and I've always kind of, I mean, the hard part is that I don't think anybody can love riding as much as Josh, but
seriously,
it's one thing that, you know, I love riding, but it's, you know, there is a burnout factor, and we've all felt it, you know.
Yeah.
And when the time I took off from the sport, I was at that moment,
right,
and that was what I needed to do. It's so good for me.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, I get to be here now. It's pretty cool, man. And now I feel like I've almost extended my career. Like before, I probably would have ended at a much earlier age.
Right.
Now I feel like I could just keep doing this. I really enjoy it.
Did you have any sketchy moments as a cop?
Oh yeah. Oh, big time.
What was the sketchiest?
Oh, probably, I don't know if I ever told Josh this story or not, but we had a guy.
You allowed to talk about this?
Yeah, it's not. He got booked and released like that day. It's ridiculous. But, yeah, we had a cat that we got a call about that was on the 5 with a crossbow in the middle of the.
What?
And he he thought we were ninjas. He was on some stuff. I don't know what he was up to, but yeah, we were down sights on him. It was pretty sketchy.
Whoa.
And I don't know if you know, but like vests don't really do much against, you know, bow and arrow and crossbow and that sort of thing. So it's pretty.
This guy was that gnarly with the crossbow?
Oh, he was legit. Yeah, he was scary because he's looking at us like we're some. He doesn't see us in like a uniform. He sees us as
You say
like
he thought you guys
like
were
ninjas
ninjas?
trying to get me. Yeah. Oh, dude, he was going off. But yeah, so that was pretty sketchy. Luckily he came to his senses, but like barely.
Yeah.
You know, but that was pretty sketchy. I had a couple moments.
Yeah.
For a while, but. It's all a learning experience. And I mean, it was
What are we
it was
like?
legit. No, it was a crossbow,
or
like, you know, like an actual legit crossbow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, he wasn't like, he wasn't going all all
Like
Potan,
Tarzan?
like all Potan on us. No, he had like a legit, like, yeah, anyway. It was wild, yeah.
When you saw him, like, I'm sure the heart rate started to go up and everything. How would you compare it, like, moto-wise?
It's like the same.
Yeah.
That was the one thing, like, in that job, the high-stress stuff didn't get to me much. I'd probably all the years of the adrenaline pumping, like, racing and stuff.
Yeah.
It didn't get to me much. I actually was like, that's where I felt at home. Is all the paperwork and everything else. It was, like, tougher for me. Like, the high-end stuff. Like, I think, honestly, all of us would handle all that pretty well based on just doing this for so long. Like, you know, just, I don't know, you learn how to deal with it. Yeah. For sure.
The high stress situations.
You learn how to like kind of like separate that and like focus.
Yeah.
You know? So
Slipping a foot coming into the whoop section is about as scary as life gets.
I agree. Yeah.
Scariest guy with a crossbow.
Slipping a foot mid whoop sections. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so.
No, it's true. It gives you the tools, I feel like, you know, doing anything at like a high level, high stress, like gives you the tools to do anything in life, honestly. I think. Yeah.
Anything in life. That makes me think of Dean. Family life now, bro. What's that like?
Oh, loving it. It's good. It's good. He turns 1 on Saturday on race day, which is cool.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so it's crazy. It's like Justin's got a couple kids now, and I've got one, and it's like, man, time just goes by so fast. It's like I was racing World Supercross last year, and I was just more focused on getting back for his birth because, you know, the due date was on like Melbourne Supercross.
Whoa.
So we're stressing it a bit, but he was a little bit late. So it's cool. Like what Justin says, it like kind of puts things in a different perspective, and like it makes it pretty fun at the races when they're there, and like, you know, it's not like what it used to be where you have a bad moto and you're just like at the end of the day you get to go home to your family, and it's pretty cool. You know, it's exactly what Justin said. It's a good way to say it. Like you don't I don't have to do it anymore. I get to do it. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. It's a good way to look at it, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable for sure.
Does it add motivation as well?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I gotta buy him a birthday cake. You know what I mean? So like, we're definitely trying our best each time. And I mean, a lot of people always like, oh, like, did it change you? And like, it changed me a little bit, but I'm still like the same person. You know what I mean? Like, it's different for everybody, right?
It's gonna be hard to change you, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's cool. It's just like a whole. Dude, just like a lot less sleep for sure.
Yeah.
He's up in the middle of the night, but I'm loving it, honestly. It's like, it's just so enjoyable being a dad. Like it's fun to play with him. Like you get home from riding and then watching them grow up, like more features. Like he smiles when he sees you, and like just seeing that is like the best thing ever. So,
what does that do for you when you see stuff like that?
Oh, it's just like, it's exciting, right? It's exciting. It's just like you didn't think you could love something so much, and like I just love I love being a dad. It's awesome, and it's a lot of fun watching them learn, and And yeah, he just started walking, and he's like a drunk guy. He's like all over the place, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So I'm enjoying it. It's good.
How's that affected like your training and things?
I mean, yeah, I'm still lucky. Like Sarah, obviously, is a really good mom and looks after him, lets me do my thing.
Yeah.
But there's still times where like it may, cause a little delay in my training, which is fine. Like you got to be a team and work with each other, right? Like, oh, I'll do this, do that, and that's what you learn when you become parents, is how to work as a good system. So, yeah, we got to work as a team, and it's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got 2 more rounds, right? We're fighting hard, right, to make sure this sport gets to go worldwide. That's what I also want to know is you guys' thoughts on, like, how do you feel about how hard there's so much fighting going on your behalf to take this sport around the entire globe? Like, what does that feel like, knowing that growing up, you're like, yeah, I want to make it to the pro ranks, but now you're international and there's a whole battle to just keep pushing it on your behalf? How does that feel?
I'm always down for any sort of expansion. I mean, it just proves to me that how neat this sport is, and everybody feels the same way we do about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so watchable. It's one of the most watchable things.
Yeah.
It's always exciting, and there's characters, there's heroes in it.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So no, it just proves to me what in the big picture what this can do.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah. No, I agree. The bigger and more races we get to do and around the world, like coming here is so sick. Like to be able to come and race. I never thought I'd ever race in Abu Dhabi, I'll be honest. So it's pretty cool.
I thought I'd come here. This is pretty wild. Like you got to go to the track. I just flew over it. Like I was like snapping pics out of the plane. This is pretty cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty wild.
So I'm here for it, and it's been definitely a little tough on everybody to get this World Supercross going. They've had a lot of things go against them, and I just want it to work out. Because it's good for all of us, right? Yeah. So, it's not been easy, but if we can figure out, how to make it work, and it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I love going to new places and racing. I mean, just like what these guys said, I'd never really planned on racing in the Middle East. And here we are. And then it's cool just to come get a whole, just a fresh perspective on everything.
Yeah.
I mean, the people have been so nice from the second we landed till now. I mean, I haven't got to see that much of the city or anything, but yeah, I love, I've raced in a lot of different continents, so it's cool just to keep going and exploring and taking, dirt bikes have taken me a long ways, and it's cool that it continues to do that.
Yeah. What about jet lag?
Struggling.
Coming on just about now.
Yeah.
Bogging down?
I'm struggling. I like...
Why'd you have to say that, bro?
Yeah, we got in at 11:30, went to bed about 1-ish, and then I was up 3:45.
Whoa.
And I've been up since. So, but the thing is with jet lag, the thing is with jet lag is like I've learned you gotta get on the day schedule, right? Like if I don't want to go to my room and just sleep because then I won't sleep tonight. So like you gotta like power through the day, and then at like 8, 9, if you can get till 9 o'clock and go to sleep, just try and get on the schedule.
Right.
It's tough, but.
Because I heard, I think it was on the little docu-series on Netflix about Formula One, like Hamilton, he has like an assistant right next to him at all times. Mm-hmm. And I think they were like walking through the airport and his assistant like handed him some shades at like 1, 2 p.m. in the afternoon to block sunlight from getting to his eyes because where they were flying to.
It's nighttime. We're put these on.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of slick. Yeah,
that's crazy,
idea.
right?
Yeah.
That's crazy, yeah. So everyone has
I didn't
like.
know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, there's like little different techniques and everything to it.
Yeah, it's rough. Like sometimes you get lucky and you're like, I don't know, you feel good.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it gets me pretty bad, and I start getting sweaty. It's like I feel hungover.
Whoa.
Yeah, it gets rough, but you gotta power through it.
There we go. So to all the racers listening, Dean, jet lag gets to him, so take advantage.
That's it.
Let's go race on the other side of the world real quick.
Yeah. Let's travel 17 and a half hours. So.
And then controversy in the sport, right? We got a couple rounds left. As we know, last year, as it came down to the final round, there was things between like Brayton, Freezy.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys' thoughts on like the controversy and drama that's involved in our sport?
I think it's cool. I wish there was more. I wish there was more. It brings more eyes to the sport. It's exciting. Like, I don't think. I mean, I guess as FIM regulated, so they're probably fairly strict. But like in NASCAR, they're just like straight mechanics are throwing bows and like then they like crack a beer at the end of the day and like see you next weekend. Like. I don't know. I think more controversy the better, and like not necessarily like I want to be in it.
I'm like never in it. But I like the drama. It's all right. Yeah. I'll sit there and hit it on the
last year
page.
when Brayton and Freezy were going, I was definitely poking my head around. What was going on? But I don't know. I think it's all fair game. Just don't be a complete idiot out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hard part. It's like it's a fine line. I like the drama. It's good. It's good for the sport. But at the same time, you know, it's like it's so dangerous.
Yes.
It is hard to like encourage that kind of thing because you just never know who's going to kind of take it like a touch like too far. I like the bumping and banging. Even like in the States we were racing with Bam Bam. Like I like Bam Bam and he's cleaned me out plenty of times. But like he's not in a dangerous way. Like he's just a wild. Hard racer,
he won't cross-jump you.
He's not like doing anything crazy bad.
Yeah.
You know, and it's exciting. And honestly, same with Vince, but also me and Vince are boys, so maybe it's just because we're boys. I don't know, maybe.
Do you feel like that kind of ruined the relationship between Justin and Vince?
I don't know much about their friendship or how they were before, but you know, maybe not. I don't know. But also, it's like in split-second spots like that, especially off of a start. Like the start's the most like hectic, stressful part.
Yeah.
So if you're you know, whether he kind of jumped out and did that on purpose, I don't really know. I asked him, and he's like, seemed like he didn't do it on purpose. But I don't know. I mean, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, I mean, that's where the drama gets picked up. I'm inclined to believe my boy, but anyway.
How do you guys handle like situations like that? Because we've all had them, right? Like those days where it's like you get heated. Like, what goes through your mind when someone takes it past that red line?
Well, I feel like we've been racing for so long, and we have so much experience. We know when someone's you know when someone's going out the way to do something, right?
Yeah.
You just know. It's like racing instinct.
Yeah.
So if someone's like gonna do something dumb, then I'm gonna be pissed for sure.
Yeah. Are IOUs like a real thing? Like you kind of just keep that in the back of your mind, like I got something for you.
We'll probably hold on to something for a while.
We keep the receipts. Justin got me Tampa last year, still in the back of my head.
I got you. I don't even remember. What did I
for
get?
the finish, dude.
Oh, I did.
Me too.
Yeah, but I did. But okay, we're gonna watch a replay.
We may have to go to
back. We're gonna go back.
The FIM truck.
Okay.
Let's go watch the replay, man.
Oh shoot. Okay, so let's say it's the last lap. You see him right in front of you, right? Like. Are we saying like we might be getting
for the win?
Yeah, it's why it depends. What it's a 3-mode format. Like, am I still getting overall if I pass? You know, like what?
No, you see what he's doing right now.
Yeah, he's trying to ruffle up. So right, me and Helen, we've all banged bars quite a lot. So. It'd be nothing new.
Yeah.
It'd be nothing new. It's fair game.
Yeah.
For sure. And then I just want to check with you guys as well. Like, how do you feel about your performance in Birmingham?
Oh, it's terrible. Like, I rode terrible in Birmingham.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I didn't ride bad. I rode good. I qualified pretty good, and then my starts were just terrible. Had a clutch in my bike I wasn't quite used to. I mean, my starts haven't been like, you know, I haven't been killing it on starts all year. But I think I'll be better this one.
Yeah.
I've worked on it. I'll have, like, the same clutch in my practice bike as my race bike, and knowing exactly how your bike's going to react, like, you know, it's such a hairline difference between letting it out too quick and letting it out too slow.
That's where like Vince is just amazing.
Yeah.
Like in Birmingham, he whole shotted every race or close to it, and it's just like these little short races, like you know, and he gets better every year, but like his starts are just insane. I wish my starts were like that, like he said.
Stark
and
mode.
Especially like at Birmingham, the start was like so key.
Yeah.
And like it also was like a position thing too at Birmingham, huh? With that little corner, like it was like
block was like a wall. And
I remember one race the tough block was like the big tall one was just I was like getting hit by
you're like in a different room than the other riders. But that thing is in there. Like now all of a sudden there's a wall there. Like
I was like, thank God this thing's cardboard.
Yeah.
Plowed through it.
How'd you feel about your performance in Birmingham?
It was all right.
Yeah.
Starts could have been better, but yeah, definitely need to be on the podium, but it was okay. Nothing special.
For sure.
So,
what about yourself?
I mean, my first two motos were decent. My starts weren't as bad. They're decent, you know, for me anyway, because I'm not typically that good, honestly, off the gate. But it wasn't too bad. I feel like I had good speed. I put it together, but it's like I just screwed it last moto going down.
Super pole lap was nasty though.
Super pole lap was good.
it was nice.
No, it's all right. Like I was excited about just kind of a new format, just a different way of racing. So I was jazzed about it. But I just got to hold it together and not blow it in that third moto, and then he won't. Then I won't have to like get a gift on him because they got a DQ or something. So like I didn't even know that till later. But I won the second moto. Apparently.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And that's how I even got you in the overall.
Yeah, they jumped
so it was
on
just
the
kind of
red
like
cross.
a goofy deal where like I went 3 last or whatever I did, and then somehow I'm like fourth.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's good. Hey, check clears the same way. It's all right, you know.
Yes,
but
sir.
I would like to be more consistent.
Yeah, for
Try
sure.
to put it in all three of them just the same.
And is that what you plan on changing up here in Abu Dhabi? Are we looking at consistency this round?
I would like to think so. Yeah. I would say I'm a touch less prepared this time. I had a crash in the States on the end of the tail end of the season, so I had to take some time off before this. So I would say I'm maybe half a step behind of where I was.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's going to be a bad thing for me. I think it's going to be good for me just to put the laps in and just try to be in best position I can be in.
Yeah.
Honestly.
For sure. What about yourself? You bringing anything different? Any adjustments to Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, nothing too different really. But I feel like the thing that's been cool is me and Josh have been kind of on a similar schedule where we've been kind of like keep continuously racing. We haven't really took too much of a break. So I feel like kind of like in good race shape right now, you know. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
3 consistent rides and it's gonna be some tight racing. Tell you that much.
Bro, what?
Yeah, it's gonna be some real tight
This
racing.
floor is a little bigger.
Yeah. So it's gonna be exciting and yeah, it'll be good.
What about yourself, Josh? What you gonna bring different?
I don't know. I don't know how many more cool opportunities like this I'm gonna get. So I'm just gonna try to come out swinging and get my best result in a while. You know, like I'm in shape. I've been racing all year, and then I think next year I don't know if I'm gonna race like all the U.S. stuff. So got a couple more races to come out and try to put something together. And Justin sounds like he's not coming in 100%. So.
He's going to use this opportunity.
You never know with Justin. Listen, you never know with Justin. You never know what Justin's going to show up, right? You could have a Justin that could potentially win the main event, or not. I'm telling you, when he brings his A game, though, Justin is insane.
What do you think dictates that?
Like at the end of the year,
at the
end of the year last year in Supercross, like you were repping.
Yeah, like getting familiarity though. Like I stayed on, like getting that bike under me the whole year and just getting like more and more and more comfortable. That's honestly, that's why I think like it went. I felt like I had good speed in England just because I got on the Cowie and I'm just a little more used. Like I have a lot of time on Cowie, so it just really like I clicked with it pretty well.
Right.
So like if I'm comfortable on something, I think I can go. I can do well, be fast, you know. But I don't know right now. We'll see. I mean, I think I can do well just by using my head and trying to put myself in the best spots that I can. You know, but I would say I'm a step. I'll be honest and say I'm a step behind. Just because I had to take a little time, but like I said, it might not be a bad thing. You know, like you never know.
For sure, for sure. Do you guys ever get any intrusive thoughts while you're like out on the track?
All the time.
Yeah, what pops into the head?
Oh, my arms are blowing up. Oh, dude, the whoops are cupped. Oh, there's all kinds of wild stuff going on out there. Somebody's revving their bike loud. I don't know, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
For these guys, I'm smoking my clutch.
Yeah, exactly.
When I'm having my best days is when I'm like not even paying. I'll be like, come over to the trip, like, I wonder what my buddies are doing.
Yeah.
Like, look at the stands, see if I can see somebody. And those would be my best days. When I'm like doing bad, then I'm like super focused on the track. And like when everything's just clicking, that's when I have like, I wonder. Oh, there's Molly. Like, you know,
have you ever spotted someone like
all the time? Yeah.
Stop it.
Sometimes you can hear
real.
like the announcer too. Like a lot of the times, like you can hear you guys talk.
Yeah.
But like, you know what really trips me out is when there's something's going on. Like, make it mean Justin, Josh, whatever. We're like in our own battle, right?
Right.
We're in our own battle, but the crowd is going insane, and in my head I'm like, oh, I wonder what's happened. You know, like, I'm coming up, like, oh, I wonder what's going on. Like, what? And then like 2 seconds later, oh, and you're like, after you're just like, what happened? Like, and then you see the replays and.
Or what about like when the flame goes off and you're somewhere else on the track, but you can feel the heat? That's like always. That's like always really depressing. Yeah, you're just like, oh, there's a sick battle and I wasn't a part of it like at all.
So that's quite funny.
Chicago this year, I was riding around like last. I was sick.
Yeah.
And the crowd was going so loud for me, and I still have no idea why. So every lap, I would like look back behind me like, oh, the leaders must be coming, but they were actually rooting on me.
Are you serious?
So I guess I got fans there, and it really made me like I kept looking around for like 3 laps because I thought I was gonna mess up the battle coming behind me.
There's no blue flags, but they're just going nuts.
Yeah, and then I realized they were for me, so I started throwing whips.
Man.
Sorry.
And then what all do you guys have planned, like outside of moto, like just being here in Abu Dhabi? You guys got anything on the schedule?
There's a golf course right over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go try to hook it up. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta see if they rent clubs or what's up. You wanna go play?
No, golf's out for me. A little too hot. The knees don't
What
like
about,
it.
Sunday.
No, Matt. Today's kind of my day. I went go-kart and checked out the F1, maybe Ferrari line, because this is my only day. Tomorrow we ride a little bit.
Yeah.
Saturday we race. We're out Sunday. So I probably should go check out Ferrari line. I'm just, like I said, this jet lag's hitting kind of hard. But I mean, honestly, if it was just another city in America, I would just sit in my hotel room.
Yeah.
I'm just to chill, but like I'm trying to make the most of it and check things out.
Yeah.
That's what's cool about WSX. Like they take you around and show you things, and you know it's quite cool. So you gotta make the most of these things, right? Because we don't come here a lot, and it's cool to like. When I watch F1 now, I'm be like, oh, that's the corner I was standing in. You know, I'm gonna go around the corner or something. So.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like a question that oftentimes is overlooked, but I would love to address it. Like, how do you feel like this compares to Supercross in the States?
The format's very different.
Yeah.
I mean, it reminds me of more, honestly, anytime I've raced overseas away from the U.S. stuff, it reminds me more of that.
Yeah.
So it just kind of has like a more like Paris Supercross kind of vibe, which is, I mean, it's a good thing to me. It's just, it's different.
Right.
I mean, you do one schedule your whole professional career, and it's like, it's more forgiving in certain ways, but then also it's like, you know, we're doing these races so close together. It's like, you don't ever do that. You're always just like, hurry up and wait in the States. You know, you have a lot of time in between things, and here it's like, you're gonna go for a little shorter. Yeah. So it's like a little more forgiving, but then you're like, oh, hey, by the way, go again. Yeah. Like now, like now. Yeah. You know, like so it's just different. It's a lot. It's more forgiving and then vicious in other ways. So I enjoy it. Yeah. It's pretty neat. You know, you have to be in a different conditioning though. I feel like for sure than the States.
How do you mean?
Just recovery has to be on point. You have to be able to be right back in it. Like, you know, you got to figure out how to shake those arms out. You got to figure out how to just be ready again. Right. You know, and like mentally too. Like you just got to be like, okay, I got to go bring that same energy like right now. Like, even though there's just enough time for the adrenaline to kind of kill. Right. You get it back like right then and there. So it's just different, but it's fun to me.
For sure.
Like
how do you think it compares?
Yeah, I mean, I think to be at U.S. Supercross, right? Listen, I'm trying to think of my words correctly.
Trying to be politically correct.
I'm just going to be real.
Yeah, just be real, bro.
To be at the U.S. Supercross level, like that's at the pinnacle right now. That's the biggest in the world. Yeah. Right. So
they're stepping it up as well.
Right, and try to compete with that, like it's going to be tough. But I think they're doing a great job. Yeah. And I'm enjoying it, and I'm very honored to be part of WSX. Like he said, the Triple Crown format is challenging. Like, because there's guys where in the U.S. where like you can almost if they're a start ahead of you, right? Yeah. And they're like 8 spots ahead. In your head, you're like, I'll get them by the end because like you're like, oh, they're gonna fade or something. Yeah. But with the format, like it's like, dude, next thing you know, the white flag's out, and then you're back to the start line. So like, it's very quick, it's fast. Yeah. And yeah, you have to have your recovery on point. But it does give you a different vibe for sure. It's a different vibe. But I think just the more we do, the better they're going to get. And I think they're doing a great job because they've had the world against them. Like, let's be honest, it's been very tough for them. And I just pray that we can build this and make it something really good because I want to continue to keep racing this, you know. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it and I like it a lot. But to try and, you know, compete at the U.S. with the U.S. Supercross or be at that level, it's going to be tough, right? Right,
there's work to do.
It's going to take some time.
Yeah, for sure. How about yourself, Josh?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at the moment, the U.S. it's the pinnacle. It's really tough to the competition in that series is insane. But
it's had years to build, right?
Yeah, but then you've got, you know, just the all-out speed level. I mean, Roxon showed that he can be on top of both series, you know. Right. So the only thing is that, you know, there's just a lot of guys, you know, and you come here, and the tracks are not quite as challenging as U.S. Supercross. It's close, but that also brings the racing closer.
Yeah.
So there might, you know, there's guys that excel on the courses that are a little bit, it brings us all closer together in times. So then it makes the racing tighter and tighter.
More competitive.
You know, and then there's some guys that get good starts, and with the short format, they're hard to beat, where, you know, like they may not, you know, beat us in other series, but they get good starts, they're explosive, they get out front. So, I mean, it takes, you know, if you're comparing them, it's different. It's just two different series right now.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they're both exciting. They both, you know, have top-level athletes, and you just have to, you know, when I prepare for this, I prepare for it a lot differently than I prepare for a Supercross in the States. You know,
How so?
Just got to be explosive. You got to get out front. You got to, I mean, the first round, my starts were terrible, so I pretty much just rode around in 11th, 12th place until the final moto. I got up front. The moto that was longer, everybody started to fade a little bit, and I kept kind of just, I got probably my better start and just kept pushing through. Yeah. But you got to be explosive. So that's why I felt like at the first round, I kind of let myself down and let the team down with just getting off and getting, you know, just cruising around in the beginning and not getting up front. So, yeah, I mean, you got, there's some guys that are really good starters. You know, Vince is a really good starter. He's a rough racer, and he shines in this series. You know? So he wouldn't, not that we wouldn't be competition in the States, but definitely you look at him a lot more serious in this environment.
Whoa. So this type of format kind of favors some riders in comparison to if they were back in the States.
Yeah, for sure.
Some guys' style just fit this better.
Yeah. Whoa. That's eye-opening. Recovery. So, like, announcing and hosting, right? Like, I try and do my best on behalf of you guys and on behalf of the fans. But in terms of track and recovery and stuff, I have this little device that's, like, always running. It's a little Whoop. And it, like, a Whoop, right? I'm not sponsored or anything, but it's constantly got, like, a heart rate monitor and everything. Yeah. And it tracks you, like, when you sleep, how you recovered, your blood oxygen, all of that. So that's how I check on, like, how much and how hard I can push each day. How do you guys typically track, like, your recovery and stuff, like, as you're traveling?
I didn't even know what that was. I'm kind of a caveman. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Is it just based on, like, how you feel?
I don't. After a lot of years, I feel like I just go off of what my body's telling me for sure. But, I mean, I've definitely been through years where I tracked that a lot with heart rate monitor and keeping track of it. I had like this little app and it's trying to tell me when I was supposed to feel good and all this stuff. And it's like, bro, honestly, it's just kind of like, for me anyway, I know it works really, really well, and some people need that kind of like reinforcement of what they're doing and how it's working for them. But for me, I'm just listening to myself. And I mean, there's certain things that I can do off of the bike and on the bike to make me feel good when I'm racing. And I just do those.
For sure. How you usually track like recovery and stuff?
Same, a little bit the same thing.
Yeah.
I do track my stuff.
Yeah.
I record everything, but
you boys just out here winging
it's all
it.
off field. You just know, like, when you're tired and fatigued and need rest, you know.
Yeah.
And that's really the thing, though. Like, I tell you what, like riding and training though with this when I had the newborn.
Yeah.
That was next level.
Seriously?
I was so tired 24/7.
No, that's true.
I was never not tired.
Right.
Should have got the tattoo Post Malone has, always tired right here. But so it's just all kind of on feel. So that's the thing though, like I train, I ride, and then the other just as important is recovering and resting. So, yeah, it's like, especially as we get older, like I'm 31 now, you got to be very smart with your body, and my body feels so much better this year than it did a couple years ago because I was just doing too much and overtraining, and I got a bad knee, so like I was doing too much impact, and that thing was aching and like bad arthritis and stuff. So I feel you just learn your body, right? We've been doing it for so long where it's like you know when you're doing too much.
Easier to know now, I think, than when I was younger. Like just getting into the sport, like that's when I'm like reading all this stuff and like inputting it into an app and like trying to, like, and it's like, does this really equal me feeling good and like showing up and putting results in? It's like, I'm not riding any better. Like, you know, there's all that, but it just takes a long time, I feel like, at least in my case, to just learn what those feelings mean that you're having along the way. And definitely like with the newborn, that's definitely tough. Luckily, I wasn't even in the sport when I had a newborn. But also my son came around and he was a newborn when I was getting getting back into it, so I've experienced that as well. But yeah, you're definitely more tired just in general. I don't know. I don't have any advice on how to like help that.
Well, was the app like telling you like to breathe and stuff like that?
No. You just put in you'd put in your pushes and what you're doing, you know, on the bike, off the bike. You know, everything's just like you're saying, like tracking it all. But it's like this little AI program, and it's like, all right, you should feel good like right now. Like tomorrow, nah. Then medium, like what? I'm like, I don't get it, dude. I don't think it's working. I think I should just, you know, put in what I know is good. But honestly, this year, to be honest, same with Dean. I put in, I would say, a little bit low. Once we were in the middle of the series in the States, I put in, I would say, a little bit less. Yeah. And I started kind of just showing up to the weekends a little more fresh, and ultimately later on, I was like, I feel like I'm a little behind. I need to kind of start putting more back into the weeks. But I don't know. I think I listened to myself more this year, at least in the regular season in the States, than probably ever. I think I'm even getting better at it now. Yeah. So it's always a work in progress. I feel like it's really hard to know at the beginning of the year, you know, how the season, the off season really was. You know, because you're focused on so many things. You focus on developing the bike and trying to be at this kind of this peak spot. But I feel like being in that peak spot at the first race means less and less to me as I go. I think I race into shape better than I do anything else. Whoa. So that's something that I think I'm going to be even more focused on next year.
That seat time.
Yeah, I think so. Just racing time, like they're saying. They just never stopped racing, so that's why I kind of feel like maybe they're going to be a little step ahead of me than they were maybe. Because I just came off the year. I was in race shape the last time they saw me. So with them continuing and me kind of like needing to take time off from the injury I had would make sense.
For sure. What about you, Josh?
Just hang on to that, you know?
Me, no.
Yeah?
I've never owned a heart rate monitor.
Yeah.
But if I feel good during the week, then as long as I sleep good the night before the race, I should be good. Yeah. It's not rocket science. You're racing a dirt bike. If you're in shape, you know you're in shape. If you're not in shape, you know you're not in shape.
I think that's what separates you from a lot of the industry is like I feel like you're the type of person who follows their heart a lot, even with the freestyle stuff, man. Like when it comes down to just the simple aspect of riding a dirt bike, the pull from freestyle and free riding, not really freestyle, but free riding, what is it that drives you to want to just build a jump it, and like get enjoyment from that?
Be wild about it.
Yeah, be wild about it.
I don't know. My parents tried to keep crusty demons away from me when I was a kid, and I found that movie, that VHS. And
Seen Seth's part?
I heard White Zombie, and my just started twitching. And Seth and all that stuff. I don't know. That was just, I loved it. Yeah. For me, racing a dirt bike is a cool opportunity to be in front of fans and get paid. Yeah. And have competition. As I get older, the competition side is more appealing to me. It's more fun. Yeah. But I just racing and competing is a way to fuel my riding habit. Yeah. I guess is the way I look at it.
For sure.
So me, if I win or get do well, awesome. Yeah. If I don't do well, I mean, it probably bothers me more now that I'm old, like not doing well. Yeah. Because I'm like, well, I worked harder at it, before. Because now, before I just raced, and I wouldn't get tired, and I would work out, I would train all the time on the bike. Yeah. But it's just part of what I did. Now it's like I think I focus more on the training side of things and trying just to push myself on a mountain bike, dirt bikes, and doing everything I can. So I think I work as hard as I ever did. So now if I suck, I'm like, should I just quit? Why am I racing? I just need to go ride.
Man. Yeah. Well, I got one final question for you guys, right? The action starts on Saturday. Of course, we'll get some riding in tomorrow and everything. But, right, this is history we're making. First time we're racing Supercross out here in Abu Dhabi. And then looking back, when we look back at the history, for each one of you guys, just using your imagination, what do you personally feel like you will remember about this race here in Abu Dhabi?
That I just took the checkers, won, just smoked everybody. Justin said he wasn't 100%, so there's little asterisks, but check still cashes, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what I remember.
What about you, Dean?
I don't know. It's like a hard question. I don't even know how to answer it. Just like we're racing in, out here in Abu Dhabi, like it's just, I think it's really cool. It's historic, you know? And just to be able to make it happen and be here and race, I think it's awesome, And it's like, dude, we're like, it's pretty cool because, a lot of us are all buddies, right?
Right.
So like you're out here racing with your buddies, doing what you love, at a country you've never been to.
Yeah.
Like you can't complain.
That's wild, ain't it?
Yeah, like when we're older and we look back, we'll be like, oh, that was fun. Remember when we went to Abu Dhabi? And like, we haven't rode a camel yet, but we'd like to definitely knock that one out. Maybe.
For sure. What about you?
I don't know, man. When I flew in here, I was going over like all the different like looks of the islands and everything. I seen like there's like this big pile of sand and there's like a bunch of bulldozers and they're like making islands. Making new land. Like, dude, that's a trip to me. Like, I'll probably remember that forever. I don't know anything about the race. I mean, maybe I'll do good, maybe I won't. But this is a trip to come here. I'm honestly kind of tripped out about it. It's wild. The architecture, the engineering around here is nuts. I kind of dig on that kind of thing. So I'll remember this place. I don't know, for forever. But hopefully we come back.
He'll remember the piles of sand.
I'll remember all the sand being moved. Like I don't know, dude. It's got to be expensive to make islands. Like it can't be that easy.
Yeah.
It's got to be a lot into it.
That's wild.
So I'll remember that for sure.
Really tells us where we're at,
Well, they always tell you can't make more ground, no more real estate. It's not true.
Yeah.
Doing it.
For sure. Well, sweet. Thank you guys for checking in for International Chat. This is the conversation before all the action on Saturday. Today, we sat down with Josh Hill, Justin Hill, Dean Wilson. Got some conversation going, got some insights, some tips, little things here and there. But keep your eyes open because on Saturday, history will be made here in Abu Dhabi at WSX.